All right, we're live again.
Apologize for that. I don't know what's going on with the internet here, but
Yeah, I apologize, everyone. Somehow we lost the feed, and it shut off Facebook, and I had to start a new show. So if anybody's wondering, just go to the On Track with Mike page, and there should be a new live show on there that's just started.
I'm resetting that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Trying to think where we was. We talking about winning races.
Turned 3.8 my car.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that was a nasty one. What happened in that deal?
I never did figure it out. Everything was broke. I couldn't. Literally, the transmission. I think the transmission locked up, and it just kind of locked up freewheeled in a way.
Yeah.
I would guess. I don't know. That's the only thing I could figure.
Because I didn't see you hit. I heard you, and then when I looked up, you were sitting there. I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, it just went straight.
Thanks, Alicia.
Sorry about that,
She
everyone.
says it's all good. It's working.
We're going to
again.
stay a little later if that's okay with that, with Dylan and everything. If he's not in a rush to get home, we're going to talk a little
It's
longer.
got to work tomorrow.
Since we'll go like 7:32. Trying to think of something I haven't asked him yet. You want to go with the questions, Troy? When you did that for a while, you want to do that?
Okay.
See if I can find it. I don't know where it's at. Oh, it's in here. Might be in that piece you got. Yeah, look on the back of that.
Oh yeah, it's here.
10 questions.
All right.
You can pick any 10 you want.
Where did your car number come from?
That's a good one.
Actually, I was a fan of Mark Jones when he drove
Really?
for Lester. Yeah. And I got the return to the favor to Lester and drive for Lester for a year, and then I just drove his car last year at Hagerstown Nationals. That's where it actually came from. And it was easy to make with duct tape.
That's
at the
pretty
time.
cool.
Yeah.
It's funny how racing evolves, like it comes
Yeah.
full circle.
Yeah, I was a big Mark Jones fan too back in the day.
What's your most embarrassing moment in racing?
I don't really have any embarrassments.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I take it back. I got spun out leading one time.
Not being able to see a string wheel, that other guy said.
Tacky and fast or dry and technical?
Dry and slick.
Okay. Bull ring or big track?
Either one. I don't really have a preference on that.
Ford, Chevy, Dodge, or other?
One power, that's Chevy power.
You just told us who your racing hero was. You said Mark Jones.
Why you say that as a racing hero?
Right. Who's your racing hero? Chucky Johnson.
It's gonna be rough, tough because he's got like the Mount Rushmore of street stock.
Yeah, I always looked up about it. It'd be Dennis and Mike and those kind of guys. I was always fans. They taught me a lot too.
What's your biggest win in racing?
Money wise would be the Hagerstown Nationals.
Okay. Dirt or asphalt?
Dirt.
You ever race asphalt?
Yeah, I helped my cousin used to. We used to go up there, and I thought that was the most boringest thing in the world.
I ran it one time. No, I ran it a couple times, I think. I can't remember.
He was pretty good. He won like 6, 7 races, but it was boring to me.
It wasn't, yeah.
Your most memorable moment in racing?
The week we built a car in a week,
The pink car.
and the pink car burned up.
If you wasn't racing, what would you be doing?
On a cruise with Cooter.
Yeah. I have no idea. I've done this since I was 5 or 6 years old. So
You have no ambition to build anything else?
I got a couple planes released already, but it's the race cars are where it's at, in my opinion. And you know, if it wasn't, I could probably quit today, but I gotta keep one in the garage just to look at and tinker with, you know, whenever I get that urge.
If you could win any race, which race would it be?
That's gonna be the Dickey Top race here in a couple weeks.
I was gonna say the next one.
Do you have? Go ahead.
That's the next one on the list. So I think you start one more.
Do you have any worst moments in racing?
Just when Hagerstown Speedway turn 3 8-mile race car. That's about it. And at Winchester, I barely rolled down the back straightaway at Winchester one night.
I don't even think I remember that one.
Yeah, that was early. That was 2014.
Do you have any nicknames?
I got a bunch of nicknames.
Leprechaun.
Yeah, I got a bunch of nicknames.
He's got a bunch he can't mention.
Yeah.
Everybody says that.
What's your most liked nickname?
Probably would be Deal.
Deal?
Yeah, Deal.
Is that where the deal bill come from?
Yeah.
I remember always seeing it on the cars. I never knew what it meant.
Yeah.
How'd they get that out?
Well, they used to call me Deal Pickle when I was little, and then they just went to Deal. So
I guess instead of saying Dylan.
I've had all kinds.
What's your favorite food?
Pasta.
That's a first for that, isn't it?
Yeah. If you could race stock car or sprint car, what would it be?
Probably stock car.
Okay.
It's more than 10 questions. Isn't it?
Well,
You know, women are. They got to push to the limits.
all right. I'm going to give him this one here. What's your favorite radio show to be on?
This one.
This one.
On track with Mike. 99 or 93.7.
Look at that. He almost like a NASCAR driver, isn't he? How he blurted that out and figured everything out.
You got 100%.
Yeah.
You passed the test.
So what do you think? What do you think you're going to do with your son? Do you think you go quarter midgets or? That's kind of a rough deal too sometimes.
That's an expensive deal with everything I've heard.
I think there's a go-kart track down your way.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll just see when the time gets here. He might end up playing t-ball, or his mom was a big sports fanatic, but I never played one single sport. I was always with my cousin and them at the races and at the race shop, so sports wasn't in it for me.
Alicia says, you said pasta. Alicia says taco.
That's a nickname.
Oh, that's a nickname.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's another nickname.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Say, I think you interrupted us enough. You done? Call us to
I
feed
can
the
do that.
shelf. And we thought we had computer troubles. Now we got camera troubles.
Internet trouble.
But it's still in Langan here, see?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not done here by any means, but I want to give you a moment to thank anybody you want to thank. And I don't want to forget to do it because I want to give you an opportunity.
Just all the people that's always been behind me for all through the years, sponsor-wise. Got Chris and Ralph and Denny and Cirque and Jody, Christine, Mike Borland, my fiance Alicia, Reese, my mom, my sister, my dad. I know I'm going to forget somebody. You put me on.
I know, I shouldn't say that. But I like to give everybody you don't have to, I mean, it's your moment to say anything you want to say, so you know.
If I forgot you, sorry. Cooter, Jamie. Cooter lets me drive his car when he's not here, so that's a pretty good sponsorship.
Yeah, it is.
We took it down with Tyvek and basically put a dent in every side of it.
Yeah.
So He didn't care though. He's big back out. We'll go again.
And then when he comes back home, he'll have to take it to Roy's body put on it.
Well, my dad's like, we come in after Friday night down there. We got the whole right side crushed in. My dad come down. He's like, huh? Looks like Cooter's been driving this thing. So, well, yeah, just all the people that's always been behind me, and even Roy Mikey. When one of those nationals, Roy Anderson's the one that put the tires on the back of the car and made all the calls for that. And
Really?
I believe he hit every one of them dead on the spot.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
yes. Roy's been very good to me over the last 11 years or 10 years, whatever it's been, and been very loyal to me. So a lot of people don't like old Roy, but I don't think you can get anybody better, personally.
I just think it's the times. You know, it just everybody is like, you know, racers are. It's the flavor of the month or flavor of the year.
Yep.
Everything runs a course, and then it goes back to you have to watch the toes you step on today because it might be attached to the butt you got to kiss tomorrow.
That's right. You know, there's only one race down our way. It's always stayed open, and his is it. So most times people go in a circle, and just like when they bash the racetrack, but they're usually the first ones in line the next week.
Yeah, I see that a lot too.
That's one thing I can't stand. Like if you don't like it, just don't come. Don't put your negative energy over here to everybody else. Just don't come. Stay home.
It's a shame that the media, the social media has became what it is because, like, it could be used so great. Like, I would get off social media if it would, but like I keep up with all my friends racing, keep up with racetracks, results. Like it's hard. It's hard not to get into none of that. But like I'll just be honest. It's not good for the sport. It's not. I don't know no way to fix it. But like, you know, I'm sure you've been racing long enough to know that before social media come out, you know, there was a lot. I'd say there was a lot more. I don't know what to call them. I don't want to say grudges. Like I remember back in the day at Winchester, there was people that didn't get along.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they agreed to disagree. They went home. They come back the following week and they raced door to door and tried not to wreck each other and just like I don't like you, you don't like me, but we're gonna
race hard.
We're gonna race.
Yeah.
You know. And nowadays it's like people's mad before they even get to the track because of all the stuff that's being said and everything. And I just hate it because it's so great that we can use it to promote our sponsors, promote race teams. The track can use it to promote races, and it's like it just gets so negative whenever. I'm sort of like the old days. I'm not saying you got to fight, but I just like the old days where you discuss it face to face and you either agree to disagree or whatever, and you come back the following week and you raced, you know, and that was done with unless one of the participants decided to escalate it, you know, again sometime or whatever,
right.
You know. But I mean, other than that, it was done with, you know, as far as like, you know, it don't matter how bad. I remember years ago, it didn't matter how bad it got, how crazy it got on Saturday night. The following week,
it's good.
Everybody's racing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they liked each other,
right?
but you didn't see the drama in the pits. You didn't feel the drama. You didn't.
Yeah.
They just moved on and raced. And
you don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Some of that'll go on for weeks.
Yeah.
And then the morale too is like, you know, if you go to Port Royal or somewhere like that to race, or Susquehanna, or Baps now, and the morale's good. You know, you go there, you want to be there. Like certain nights you go to Winchester, and like, not talking bad about Winchester. I love Winchester to death, but you go there and the morale's just like, you know,
I think it's
I'm ready to go
everywhere.
home. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's everywhere.
It's just I don't know how to get that back, but
I'm not trying to talk negative about sport. I know that's not what we brought you here for, but like discussing the sport is kind of the way we kind of, I don't want to say vent, but we discuss the problems. And it's like it seems like nowadays you have more people that feel like they're, how should I say it, that they deserve to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they bought this or did this or whatever, you know, and back in the day, nobody deserved anything.
No.
You know, some people worked their butt off, but they just could not get their combination together.
Right.
And other people had everything working, all their T's crossed, and, you know, they just was on a rail and winning a bunch of races, and, you know, but like nobody, I guess, like nowadays, I think people feel like they raced for this amount of time, they spent this amount of money. Like, okay, there's a reason why I'm not winning, and I deserve to win.
Yep.
You know, and you've been racing long enough to know that you ain't deserved nothing. You know, it's unfortunately, there's people that, I'm sure you know people, we've all seen people that raced, and we're like, man, I'd love to see them win a race.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like you wish that you could go to everybody in the class and say, hey, at this lap, let's everybody pull in the pits and let that guy
Right.
out there. But most time, that guy would not be happy
No.
with winning like that,
You're
whoever
100%
it may be.
Yep.
But what do you think about? I know you maybe don't have no plans going back to the hobby stock class, or street stock class. But I mean, what do you think? There's any way to save it, to bring it back the way it used to be, or do you think it's just got to do with money, or rules, or people got other things that are wrong?
I think it's a little bit of all that. You definitely got to bring in some way to police them, I should say. You know, you got to check certain stuff and do it every week. You know, you go to BAPS or even just Potomac. You know, they pull the top three in the tech shed. It's like, okay, that's what we need to do at Winchester. Winchester don't, you know, we don't see a lot of teching in Winchester, and that's a good and bad thing for people. But always said, just tell the hobby stocks and street stocks is run what you brung and hope you brung enough, and put them on an 8-inch street tire. You know,
and then you don't matter how much motor.
No matter what you got. So, but I don't think, truthfully, I don't believe half of them can race on a street tire. I don't mean to talk bad about them, but just, you know,
That's like Hagerstown come out with the Tech Tuesday thing. They started doing that.
I don't like that.
And you know, my thing is sometimes they did tech. It's just people are at their trailers. People are, you know, their drivers pulling into their trailer and they're, you know, having the car fill, whatever, blah, 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 blah. The driver's getting something to drink or whatever. Like, a lot of people don't spend their night up at the scales or wherever the tech thing is. Like, what are we checking tonight? Let's see. You know, so a lot of times you leave the racetrack, you don't even know, unless you've ran in the top 5 or whatever, 3, like, you don't even know if something was tech.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea for tracks to put it out there.
Yeah, it would stop a lot of
So
it.
at least you, like, you can say, oh, well, apparently they checked this guy and this guy and this guy for this.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was pretty cool. Hagerstown did that because there was a lot of times where I had people tell me, like, they ain't teching nothing. And I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And then, you know, you go talk to someone at the track and they're like, oh yeah, we checked this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how come nobody knew it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And they would be like, well, you know, not that they want every driver hanging at the scales all night.
But you should be in the building anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, you got you and maybe a crew member in the tech.
Well,
guy.
I'm talking about just the, like Hagerstown just does the,
the
check the suspension, check the carburetor, check the, I mean, they have been getting into deeper things now, but usually if it's something major, they go to the building. Now, I know Winchester does have like a little building they put them in now.
I don't think that building's been used in 3 years, 2 years.
Really? It's been a while since I've been down there. I love that place.
I love it to death too, but you know, you gotta, this is coming from somebody that's probably been DQ'd more down there than anybody, and just because of gray areas, but majority of them was gray areas anyway, and we wrote a whole rule book for.
I know about gray areas.
And but I think it needs more of it, and kind of equal the guys out a little bit, and even if you got to do like Waynesboro used to do, and you win 4 or 5 races in a row, and they start bolting lead on you. at least try to make you put on a show for the fans.
I
But
think they got to do something for. I mean, I don't want them to give it to the people, but they got. I don't know. It's both ways. Like the people that work hard, they don't want to be penalized. But now, if you see a guy that wins, 7 races out of 12, I mean, you almost think that something needs to be done to kind of level it out a little bit. But now you'll have 50% going, heck no, he worked hard. He's clicking right now. You don't need to do that. But for the good of the sport, it almost seems like
yeah, especially when it's obvious.
Yeah.
You got that. You get those ones that's just plain as day obvious. That they win 7 or 8 races a year, but it's just you can see it plain as day. They're not even running the car. They're still winning a bunch of races. It's like come on now. But you don't really see too much of that anymore. But it used to be pretty bad.
Years ago, it was a helpless feeling. Because years ago, you didn't go to the tech people. They had told you to shut up and go back to your pit.
Yeah.
Like you going up complaining about people years ago at Winchester. You didn't.
Oh yeah.
You didn't do that.
They actually used to take a bunch of stuff in Winchester.
Back whenever Timmons had it.
Well, even when Gunner had it there, like 13, 14, 15, but actually 18, when we built that brand new car after that fire, we run second, and we come back and won the following weekend and got DQ for E85. We was like one of the first people to win E85 in Alberta. I didn't have no rule about it, but it was a gray area,
Yeah.
All it said was race gas. Never said nothing about pump gas, E85, nothing. And I told, it was actually Leo Nichols, and we had like 8 or 9 races left, and I told him, I said, if you DQ me for this, I said, I'll win every race from here on out. Well, we won every race from here on out,
Really?
and I got DQ'd 5 out of the 9. Yeah.
But you know what? I wrote rules for Hagerstown for the mini stock class. Whenever we was trying to get Winchester and Pat Valley cars to come to Hagerstown. And I want to tell you something. You don't realize how long it took me to write the rules.
Oh, I believe it.
Because I was trying to cover every gray area.
Yeah. It's almost impossible.
And I made these rules up thinking that I was going to try to combine so that these people weren't complaining and these people weren't complaining. And it was a major flaw.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you do, this person ain't coming because they can't compete, and this person ain't coming because this person's got this, and, different rules at different tracks, It's very, very hard to align all that.
Yeah, it is.
Especially at Hagerstown.
Well, especially now, yeah.
Because Winchester, you're off one night, you can maybe come back the next week and maybe change a little something, maybe you'll pick up some speed.
Mm-hmm.
But Hagerstown, like, if you're off, just say 3/10 a lap, like, what are you going to do to solve that? Like,
right.
It's a helpless feeling. Like, you want people to come race, but they race 1 or 2 times, and the nature of the beast is a half-mile racetrack, that if you don't have the right stuff, that you're not going to be in the ballpark.
Yeah, Hagerstown's definitely a different animal there. You got to better have a good engine and everything else to get around there if you want to go around there fast.
There's no way to make the time up.
Oh, it don't feel like it in the car, but
I was never very good. I was never very good there.
I've been okay there.
There's a lot of people that's very, very good at Hagerstown.
Yeah, to me it came easy. Like I won like the second time I was there, or the third time I was there. Craig won I think the first time he was there, and Craig's always been pretty good up there. But it's a long, smooth racetrack, And Craig's a very smooth race car driver. I think I'm a very smooth race car driver, and just momentum's everything up there to me. You keep your momentum up, you'll go around there pretty quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that I call them the handful. There's a certain amount of guys that run a line. And it's a very strange line, but it's brought all of them a bunch of success. And I've tried the line, I've tried to watch it on video and tried to duplicate it, and it is very hard to figure it out. But the people that run that line is like the people that's in the record books at Hagerstown.
Sierra Hartman says, "Woo, go Dylan." And Sam Huffman says, "Dylan's the only person I ever seen to whoop beep on the street tires, and everyone else swore by Hoosiers."
You like street tires that much?
Yeah.
Rather than those Hoosier tires they make.
I tell you what, we had, in 2016 at the Nationals, I think there was 43 of us or 42 of us, something like that, whatever.
Marshall McMullen says, I saw that too, Sam Huffman.
We
Mark Huffman says, hello, Mike and Dylan.
Hey, Mark.
Jimmy Chafel's watching.
Everybody's tuning in now.
yeah,
Larry Lamb said, he got nearly as many DQ than wins. Laugh out loud.
2018.
That's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Larry also said, I will say Dylan is one of the people that helped me that became a better driver in person.
Still
Yeah.
hard hit.
Still hard. Y'all don't cut him no slack, do you?
Uh-uh.
Nobody does.
He's actually doing really good right now. I don't really talk to him that much anymore, but he's doing good for himself, so proud to see that. But
Well, I mean, everybody knows nowadays it's like the quantity is not there, but the quality is I mean, it's tough everywhere.
oh yeah,
And I don't care if 8 cars show up.
yeah.
It's not going to be a cakewalk.
Nah, I've had a couple of, like, I don't mean to brag, but I've had a couple of cakewalks. Like, you remember when Ernie first took over Hagerstown?
Yeah.
And they allowed headers and like carburetors and everything in hobby stocks, and it was like end of the year stuff, you know. And I put a little clutch in my car and headers and a carburetor and took it out there and like took a knife to a gunfire. I took a gun to a knife fight.
Is that right?
Like I was winning by like a straightaway and a half, and actually broke 2 rocker arms, and I still run second to Alex Boozle.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, man, I would have never thought he woke it up that much, and it was like night and day difference. But the race that Hoffman's talking about, there was like 40 or 43 of us that year at Nationals, and I was the only car on street tires. And started 10th, and I think I took the lead on like lap 7.
You didn't think that street tires would be that good.
I had very good success with them. I drove by Alex Boozle, Sean Shoemaker, and they're very successful, but I drove right by them in traffic. And
Was they all on the race
Hoosiers.
tire?
Yep.
They're like an E-mod tire, aren't they?
Yeah, it was like they had E-mod, and then I want to say it was like H500 or something back then. I think it was.
You passed them on street
Tire
tires.
street tires. It started 10th. Yeah.
Dave Rutherford says, what's up, cuz?
Ain't too many people done that.
I did it in Winchester too.
I think the only guy I remember on street tires was that guy come in that night. It was very impressive. I forget his name.
That Mustang.
That Mustang at 100 or whatever.
Yeah, he was bad fast.
He had mufflers and everything on
Yes.
that thing.
What was his name?
Now he had to race for it.
Yeah, but he still won.
I forget who he was beating, but
Proctor.
was it Proctor? It was a heck of a race.
Man, what was his name?
I just seen his name the other day.
Matt, wasn't it?
Whomper.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was bad fast.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
That thing hit set on the tech on the scales with mufflers on it. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, I remember that. That thing run though.
And like I mean, like Dave was like almost dead even.
Yeah.
It just he got to that top,
Yeah.
and Proctor couldn't get there, and that's what. But it I mean, like everybody was like, holy crap, that was a race.
He was good too. Proctor. He was very good.
Oh, he was
Everywhere
very
he
good.
went to, my first one in Hagerstown, I outran him, and I was like, I did something.
Ain't too many people did that.
And then I got the chance to drive for the guy that owned that. Well, him and Ralph. But
That was the same car, wasn't it?
nah, it was a different car. That was a brand new car. We ran it like, I think Ralph ran it a couple times, and I ran it 6 or 7 times. It was one of those cars that was being hateful.
Didn't it have the pink body on it though?
Now we did that just for Dave's wife that year.
Okay,
She got breast
okay.
cancer, but and then we finally won a race with it, and then it burned up on the way home.
I remember the night it burned up.
Yeah.
What caused that?
I don't even know. We never did. I rode up there that next Sunday, and you know we was talking about a game plan, and they didn't have no quit in them. And Roy was building me a car at the time, and I called Roy, and this was like 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening. And Roy answered the phone, and he said, "I'm working on it. Pick it up tomorrow." So he already did what I was
Really?
getting ready to do. Yeah. And,
Does that guy still race?
nah, he still sponsors me. Ralph still sponsors me, but he don't have a car no more.
I remember him.
Yeah.
I sold him some used tires one time, I think.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Ralph's he ain't been nobody meet nobody than Ralph.
There's a lot of good ones in the sport.
Yeah.
Just shame, we're losing the greats as far as like car owners.
Yeah, he was one of the car owners that there was no questions asked. If it needed it, it got it. There wasn't no, well, can we escape it up this week, or he never said no, that's for sure.
Anything else on? Anything else you want to talk about?
Huh? That's about it. 4 o'clock comes early.
I mean, I know, I don't want to keep here no longer than I want, but I didn't.
I mean, I got tons and tons, but, you know, we ain't got so much time.
Well, Larry Lamb says that was a long week.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I give you time to talk about everything you want to talk. I don't want to shortchange you. I know we had some technical difficulties and we went off the path there a few times, but I'm known for that, unfortunately. When you get talking racing, it's just like it sparks your mind for another story of something else.
You're right. Just 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, I went down to Craig's house, and I don't see Craig as much as I used to. You know, one time you seen him, you seen me, and you seen Larry 9 times out of 10, and so I went down there and fired up MSD box in his car for him, and shit. Next thing I know, I think it was like, I don't know, 12 o'clock, and I was finally walking out the garage. I'm like, man, 7 hours to wire up an MSD box. So we get to talking, you know, and all them old stories and stupid things we did, and
A lot of wins in those garages, I tell you.
that was another one of those most memorial things. When he was driving Dickie's car, and the rear end broke in it, and the Leo Nichols Memorial at Winchester. We literally pushed it over to the side and backed the truck and trailer out, and went and got Craig's car. Come back, and he had to start dead last.
I remember that.
He passed a couple cars, and I think he ended up starting like, I don't know, it was 9, 10, somewhere back on in there, and he ended up passing, I think, Chris Sumption was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 to go, and ended up winning it. And I was like, yeah,
I remember that.
That's cool. That's a storybook that I'll remember, you know, till the end of time, probably.
Did he happen to get a ride for the Dickie race?
We're working on it, I think, but I don't think he's had as much luck yet. So,
And who's in charge of that race?
pretty sure it's Tammy. Benjamin, I think her last name is.
Yeah.
Branson's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in charge of it. So
Because I wouldn't mind maybe getting them up here to promote that race.
it's I think it's gonna be a pretty big deal. A lot of money there, so I got that one circled on the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I like to promote the memorial races for people just because it's kind of shows respect to the people that's passed away.
Especially for old Dickie, because Dickie would do it for anybody, I think.
Yeah, it was
Nobody he would deny.
Like I said, I didn't know the man very long, a few years, but just a little time. Lots of times when Craig was out there, I'd stand beside him at the fence. And that man didn't worry, he didn't worry about nothing. If Craig was running second or third, he was the same person if Craig was leading.
Yep.
And he never would get worked up like it was a wreck or anything and Craig was in it.
No,
He was the same person as if he was leading.
Yep.
And I was like, man, people like this ain't around anymore.
Yeah, they're far in between.
The great car owners like that, we've lost a lot of great car owners.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he was definitely one of a kind, that's for sure. He definitely, anything you needed, he would give it to you.
Well, I better let you get out of here. I wanted to go over a little bit since we cut you short, but hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. And if you're always welcome, Dylan. If you ever want to come back up again, don't wait for me to ask you. Say, hey, I'd like to come on the show and talk about some stuff, and we're talking. I got all kinds of people that got stories, and they couldn't fit them into an hour and a half.
I know. Well, you have to get Craig up here too.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do
He's
that.
shy, so you have to ask him.
A lot of guys won't do it. Like Chucky Johnson, he's scared.
Yeah.
He's scared.
Acts like a little girl.
Yeah, he's scared, and a lot of them guys down there are scared like that. Like Randy, I don't know if he'd do it or not.
He has to get earmuffs for everybody on that one.
It's okay to be scared. Chucky's probably mad right now.
He's probably typing the comment.
Shut it off real quick, Troy.
But I'd definitely come back up with Craig or somebody. We talk about some.
Yeah,
stories.
I'd love to have that.
You wouldn't believe some of the stuff we did. And,
yeah, the stories is the best part. I mean, people love the stories. That's why I've got some older drivers on here in the past, that just like they just tell stories about things they've done. Back in the day, racing was a road trip in itself.
Right.
Like there wasn't no like today. Like you got good stuff. Back then we had freaking flats and stuff breaking down, and
the battery out of the truck to put in the car.
Yeah. You was wore out by the time you got to the track because you broke down 3 times getting there.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan, I really appreciate you taking time to come up here. I know it was a little bit of a drive. and I appreciate you doing that. We enjoyed having you. And I want to thank WRGG 93.7 FM, also Todd Ward at TA Ward Construction, and my wife there for helping me tonight. And hopefully we'll get all these bugs worked out. We can figure out what's going on. But we appreciate everybody bearing with us, and we hope to see you all next Tuesday.